literacy crisis didn't appear overnight. The Connecticut Partnership for Literacy Success, or CPLS, is a statewide and local initiative that connects research, schools, and policy to improve early reading outcomes. It unites the Connecticut State Department of Education, universities, and nonprofit organizations. So, why was something this large necessary?
In the early 2010s, Connecticut had one of the world's largest and worst achievement gaps in the country. This has left so many students in underfunded districts without access to literacy resources and causing fundamental reading issues to persist over time.
The issue gained a lot of attention when policymakers recognized that elementary students were falling behind in reading. The seeds were planted for this initiative for research and was funded by the Grossman Family Foundation, which was conducted by Literacy How, which found that districts lacked proper assessments, trained teachers, and intervention models. This led to the passage of Public Act 12-116, which created a framework for for literacy reform.
Researchers at the NEAC School of Education developed the Connecticut K-3 Literacy Initiative to directly address reading gaps. The program focused on the structure, curriculum, teacher, coaches, and individualized interventions. After 3 years of data, the pilot showed measurable improvements in early literacy outcomes. The pilot started to expand across so many districts, and the initiative evolved into the Connecticut Partnership for Literacy Success.
Because the pilot showed success, a coalition of policymakers, researchers, and advocacy groups expanded the initiative statewide. This led to the Right to Read Act, which allowed millions in funding and institutionalized structured practices. This marked a shift from a pilot program to a permanent statewide system.
At the local level, implementation happened directly in the classroom. School boards, alliance districts, and reading coaches were major parts in applying literacy strategies. The initiative expanded into 70 schools and 16 towns where reading coaches, intervention plans, and teachers training were applied.
At the state level, coordination and policy decisions are made. The Connecticut General Assembly and groups like the Black and Puerto Rican Caucus advocated for equity and literacy reform. The state then ensures funding, oversight, and accountability across districts.
At the federal level, it allowed expansion. The American Rescue Plan Act provided $1 million to Connecticut schools, and these fundings supported reading programs, curriculum development, and teacher training, allowing local districts to implement literacy reforms at a larger scale.
This initiative and program has done great work to get the program off the ground and identify and address literacy issues in Connecticut, but there are some issues it has faced. Scores have stagnated or dropped in some districts within Connecticut, and issues with learning loss from COVID still persist, as well as potential issues with the research itself and scaling concerns at the state level.
The Connecticut Partnership for Literacy Success shows the true importance of collaborating between local, state, and federal levels. While policy and funding created structural changes, they didn't guarantee the success on the state level. This case showcased the implementation and sustained support determine whether reform efforts succeed or not.